actually. Pretty good, actually. I cannot see you yet.
Let me see if I can.
On the old Skip-a-Skypa. Yeah. Oh, the Skip-a-Skypa, as
I don't even know. I don't
as the
usually
great
use
Johnny
Skype,
Kim
so.
would say. Well, there should be a deal at the bottom. There should be looks like a camera button, microphone, the camera button, and then of course the
I
red
got the
button that no one ever
microphone.
hits because we don't want to end the call. Let's see. I can
No,
turn my
it just
video
says
off, and I can.
mute microphone, turn video off. We don't want to do that.
Can you turn it off and turn it on, and then that
Let's
maybe
see.
will jog your video here, and then we will get this. We'll get the party started, as they say. We have got a great guest with us today. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my friend, for folks that haven't heard you before on the show.
I am Becky Bordeaux from the band Dystopica.
Yes. So talk to us a little bit about the band itself, how the band got together as a group, all the various things.
So I formed the band back in 2019, technically, but we weren't really doing anything back then. And then with COVID and all that, everything was moving slow. But I met Rob in 2020, and he's the guitarist. And in 2021, we released our very first EP, Perception. And since then, yeah, things have been going pretty good.
So how did you come up with the name Dystopica? Because I know people just like me are going to butcher it.
Yes, so I wanted something along the lines of like dystopia and dystopian, so I decided we'll do Dystopica. It's a made up word, like spelled the way it is, and I like it. I think it's got a ring to it.
That is awesome. That is awesome. We have got a great guest with us today. She joins us live here on our big broadcast. So talk to us a little bit about your latest album.
So our latest album, Infinite Reflection, I really feel that it is our best work yet. We worked a lot on this album, and it really, it has our core sound, but it includes some new elements and really takes our sound to a new level. We tried some new stuff on this, and I think we're really going in the right direction.
Fantastic. So, talk to us a little bit about the writing process for this new album.
So, I'm the songwriter. So, basically, when I come up with a song, like I'll think of either a guitar riff or a vocal melody, and this usually just happens randomly. And then, I'm not sitting and writing. I just randomly think of something. So then I'll record it. Because I'm not a guitarist, when I think of the guitar riffs, I'll actually record them on piano. And then I will later write everything out in a score and write the whole song out and then send it to the rest of the band. And then we record. Awesome. And that's where, yes, thank you. And that's where it really comes together when we record. And Rob's amazing. He does all the solos. So.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So how did you guys all get together as a group?
You mean how the band formed?
Yeah. How did the band get together?
So I met Rob in 2020. I actually met him. We were both going to Western Connecticut State University, so that's where I met him. And then I met Eric at a previous recording studio. Eric recently, actually, unfortunately, he cannot be in the band anymore. Yeah. But yeah, he's on the album, of course, and all that, and he's really awesome. So I met him in 2019, actually, around the time I formed the band. And basically, we were recording the three of us. Rob does both guitar parts, Eric on drums, and for this album and Deception, our EP, our producer, Nick Belmore, is on bass. So that's really awesome. But then live, because we're technically a 5-piece,
Yeah.
We have guitarist Connor Sperry on guitar, taking on the second guitar part, and then Lucas Delport on bass. And they're also on our Blackout cover that's on the album.
Fantastic. Fantastic. We have got some great guests with us today. Of course, they join us live here on our big broadcast, Dystopica. I'm gonna get that at some point during the show here. So, how do we get in touch with you guys online? Website, social media, everything.
We have Facebook, Instagram. You can search our name, Dystopica. You'll find our stuff. We have our Bandcamp, which is where we have our merchandise and all that. We have YouTube, TikTok. Yeah, so if you just, the band name's a little weird. It's Dystopica, Dystopia with the C before the A. That's
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well, talk to me a little bit about your musical heroes and influences.
So, my major influences, I love, like, the early heavy metal, like Iron Maiden, Judas Priest. Iron Maiden's my favorite band. So they're definitely my biggest influence. I love the dual guitar riffs. I love guitar solos. That's why I'm, like, trying to make sure every song of ours has a guitar solo.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I really, I love Bruce Dickinson's voice. I love that style of singing. So definitely him, Rob Halford, and Pat Benatar are, like, my three vocal idols when it comes to singing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. So that's, like, my major influence there, but I do love, like, progressive metal and thrash metal, and I actually saw Mastodon in 2015 open for Judas Priest, and that was, like, my first introduction to them.
Wow.
And once I discovered them, I was like, oh, I really love this. Like, at the time, I was not writing music, but I was like, when I do, I want to do, like, this style. So that kind of got me down, like, a more progressive route. So that really, I'd say Mastodon is another huge influence on our sound.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So, talk to me a little bit about some of the goals for the band.
Our goals are to do more shows. We hope to travel more, play some new places, gain some new fans, and just go further than we are now.
We have got a great guest with us today. She joins us live. The band is Dystopica, and they join us here on our big broadcast. So, talk to me a little bit about some of the other members of the band, what they bring to the band, things of that nature.
So our guitarist Rob, he's right now he's like another like. When we record, like I said, it was me, him, and Eric. Eric, unfortunately, is no longer in the band. Rob, he's an amazing guitarist. He, like I said, he does all the solo work and stuff, and he adds a lot to the band.
That is awesome. We have got a great guest with us today. Joins us live here on our big program. So, what are some of the different musical themes and some of the different things that you guys cover in your music?
Well, by themes, you mean like the meaning behind it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, this album, Infinite Reflection, is kind of like about time and like evolving through time, which our sound also evolved. It actually took this album technically took like 2 years to record because we kind of did with everyone's schedules, like we had to do like 2 songs at a time. So it took a while recording, and we really evolved while our sound really evolved while we were recording the album, from the first songs recorded to the last. And and then the lyrics kind of go along that. Some are about like personal things, some are about a variety of stuff, but basically about different moments in time and just, yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We have got a great guest with us today. She joins us live here on our big broadcast. Dystopica is with us. So the band is amazing. Talk to me a little bit about what you guys have planned for the rest of the summer.
Thank you so much. So we actually just did a show yesterday at Cherry Street in Wallingford, which was really awesome. And next week, or actually this coming up Saturday, we'll be playing at Capital Fest in Thompson, Connecticut. We'll be playing on Saturday, June 29th with Skillet, Santa Sonia, and a bunch of other awesome bands, and we're really excited to play that. It's our first big festival. And we have some shows in August planned, one in Bristol, Connecticut, and possibly one in Rhode Island. And yeah, we got some stuff planned for the fall. No tour yet, but we are going to work on one.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we're going to do this. I'm going to place you on a brief hold. We're going to play some of your music, and when we come back, we will keep chatting with the band. It is Dystopica, and it is The Dent in My Life, and it's here on your big broadcast.
I let the time fall out of reach when you managed to leave a dent in my life. Thought I was fine, lost in the madness, convincing myself so I could just get by.
what a voice. Holy smokes. We are back live here, coast to coast, Boulder to Boulder. And I'll tell you after, well, we won't get into that here. We are going to go back live to our guest. She joins us live here on our big program. So talk to me a little bit about your voice. Good God. How in the world did you develop this thing?
Thank you so much. I started off singing at a young age, started classical. I'm actually, I sing classical music. I did my undergrad in voice classical at WestCon. So I started classical, was classically trained, all that. And, of course, I always loved metal. I basically use my classical training and apply it to the heavy metal music.
Well, it is fantastic. I was blown away by this thing. So, what are some of your, let's talk about the video that we just played. Talk to us a little bit about that music video and how you guys brought this thing to life.
Which would that be?
Let me see here. Let me make sure. It was for The Dent in My Life.
Yes. So that video, we actually recorded the video and we filmed it at the place where we rehearse. So that was actually the whole band part of the video was in a rehearsal room that we used. And we used that. And there's another room in the same building that had that checkered floor. And I love that because it kind of looks like the chessboard on the album cover. So I kind of combined. I love that room. Wanted to do cutaway stuff for me in there with the piano, and then we did the full band in a room, one of the rehearsal rooms with the blue wall to kind of match it. I like the way it came out. It's a pretty simple video, but it fits the song just right, I think.
We have got a great guest with us today. They join us live here on our big program. So what kind of feedback have you guys been getting from the music video?
So far, very good. A lot of good feedback. That song is basically our first ballad song. It's the first time we did anything with piano, which I played in the beginning. The reception has been very well, so I'm very happy to see that we incorporated some new stuff, and our fans really like it.
Fantastic. So, what is next for you guys as a group?
We're gonna keep doing shows. We got a lot of exciting stuff coming up. We are gonna be recording again. Got more stuff coming up. Let's just keep things rolling, keep recording, keep performing, and yeah.
Fantastic. Well, the music is amazing. Your voice is fantastic. Really appreciate you making time for us today. Before we let you go, how do we get in touch with you online and social media and all the various places?
Yep, you can, like I said before, you can find the band, Dystopica, on Facebook, Instagram, Dystopica _band is our Instagram name. If you message the band, I'm going to be the one answering. So that's a good way to get in touch if anyone wanted to reach out. We've got all our social media. If you go to our Facebook and our Instagram, in our bios, we have our link tree, which has all our social media on it.
Fantastic. Well, you guys are amazing. Thank you for making some time for us today. Thanks for coming on the big program and chatting with us. Really appreciated the conversation, and I look forward to chatting with you guys again down the road. Much success, and like I said, great band. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you so much, and thank you so much for having me today.
Yeah, no problem. You guys are amazing. Keep up the good work, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you. There she goes. That is Dystopica here on our big program. And we've got more coming up on the other side. You are listening to the world famous KJAG radio broadcast, of course, coast to coast, Boulder to Boulder on iHeartRadio. And more coming up after the break. You are listening to the big broadcast. Actually, let's do this. Let's go back to that interview that we had before she